Hi guys, it's me, What Ifs here, and yes, I sound a bit weird today. I'm a bit tired, and I'm doing this What If. I didn't do a What If in a while, so I decided to do one now, to state that I'm not gone yet. But yeah, this is another part of What If Naruto had the characteristics of KonaSubaru's crew. Let's get down to business. Now, I'm just gonna tell you now, this What If, or this episode of the What If, is not gonna be that special. While yes, we are gonna cover some of the tuning events, and maybe I might try to get a bit more energetic, or maybe think of something that might put a twist on the story. But at the moment, yeah, I can't think of anything right now. If you don't remember, I am doing this off the top of my head, so that means this is a non-scripted What If. If you're looking for scripted what ifs, I suggest you go to some of the other what ifers that are out there in the what if community. You'll easily be able to find them. You'll easily be able to find the what if person that you like doing some stories. But if you don't like how I do my what if stories, then I'm sorry, but this is just the way I do it. And there's no changing it. Yes, I might change some things, but yeah, that's just how I do it. I also will post a link in the description to my Discord server. Now, some things involving the Discord server. Number one, I might put rules. There are going to be rules, like number one, do not spam, please. Do not spam the same thing over and over. There are only three areas that you can basically communicate in, which is the meme area. The general chat is where you do your general conversations and general chats. The memes, obviously, you can post videos and images if you want. I accept all memes. I like your all memes, and I might be adding another area which is an 18 or 16 plus area. I might name it Source, you never know. But yeah, I might be adding that in the future. I do not have access to bots, but I am the host of the server, so please, I beg you, just follow the rules, or at least stay to guidelines and rules that you think exists, because I didn't like put an area to find where the rules are. Well, technically the rules are simple. I don't think you need rules to a Discord server like this. It's just a simple place for you to chat to me. There's no special things about it or none of that. There's no gifts that you can win, none of that. I mean, I'm only 15 now. I do not have the money, nor the time, nor the skills to do such things. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. I might open a Patreon maybe in the future. But yeah, we just have to wait and see, don't we? Now, continuing. Gosh, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about the weird, just rambling on now and start the video. Now, I think this what if right now we are taking place. Naruto, Nezuko, and Team 8 with Team 7 are walking back home, or heading back to the Leaf Village. Sasuke is salty, so is Kiba, so is Sakura, that they didn't do much. They didn't do barely anything in this fight. So yeah, they're a bit salty on this, and Sasuke is just emo Sasuke. He's basically being cautious of Naruto, because I would say that he would know. I would say he's just interested in Naruto and what abilities Naruto has. Well, to be honest, everyone is interested in Naruto. But yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into that. Continuing on the walk, Naruto is busy talking to Hinata, which Naruto is trying to hold up a conversation. It's very hard for him. It's basically small talk, like talk here, talk there, but there's progress nonetheless, and Kurenai-sensei is happy for that. That Naruto is at least trying to talk to his team, because her team is so silent and quiet that it's basically ridiculous. Even Naruto thinks so. But Naruto cannot gain the guts to even speak to either one of them, and none of them can gain the guts to speak to each other. So it's Kurenai, basically Kurenai has to be the adult and try to force these people to, or these children, or her team, to communicate more, speak to each other. Now, yeah, let's continue now onwards. Now, I would say they would get to the Leaf Village eventually. As they would get to the Leaf Village, Naruto would ask Kakashi-sensei a question, or Kakashi. She saw Kakashi use that jutsu called Jidori, and she's basically asking if Kakashi could teach her that jutsu. Kakashi would ask the question, why? Why must I teach you my jutsu? As Naruto would state, because it looks useful and, well, to be honest with you, I just need some more things up my arsenal that I can basically catch certain people off guard. I mean, if my friends are in a bad situation, I could use it to save them. You never know. I would say Kakashi would consider it and state, I'll think about it. But you go ahead now, your team is moving along. As Naruto would go and say, okay Kakashi. As Naruto would leave, Kakashi would be thinking about it. The Chidori was made for somebody to use it in tandem with the Sharingan. But I bet you guys are thinking, why is Naruto learning the Chidori? Well, in this story, Naruto is more interested in jutsu. And Naruto basically wants to learn new jutsu. Because of Megumin's traits, Naruto likes something flashy, something big, something that can put an impact on someone. And the Chidori is just that jutsu. He's also wondering what he can do with the Chidori and Rasengan, but he's gonna save that up for later. And what else he can make out of the Chidori. Maybe like a big explosion, if he can do if he can basically play his cards right. Sasuke obviously is still gonna learn the Chidori from Kakashi, but Kakashi is just gonna teach two people, Naruto and Sasuke, because Nezuko and Sasuke have promise. He expects that they would defend their team by using this jutsu. Well, one of them is going to use the jutsu for that specific purpose. The other one is going to betray the Leaf Village. Obviously, we know who that is. Now, the difference is... Sorry about that. Now, the difference is what jutsus they will make out of it. I'm just going to state now twice. The Thunderclap, or the Kirin, Sasuke's Kirin Jutsu. There's going to be two wielders. Naruto, I'm just stating it first. Naruto will be able to come up with the Jutsu Kirin. It's just he's going to further advance that Jutsu, because Naruto wants something that can make a big explosion and also do a lot of damage. He's going to come up with the Kirin eventually. So yeah, continuing on. Now I would say, getting back to Kurenai's team. Teammate would be walking with Kurenai as Kurenai would bump into one of her friends. That would be... She would bump into one of her friends, Anko. Now, I'm just gonna state this. We all know Anko in the original anime. Well, there's gonna be some slight differences to Anko in this one, but yeah, it's still Anko in general. Number one, Anko's a pervert. I think Anko was a pervert in the original anime, but not big as Jiraiya. She likes keeping to herself, but she's still a pervert nonetheless. Number 2, she's very seductive. Naruto is seductive. She has a seductive personality. If you're wondering what I mean by that, you haven't seen that other side of her yet. You haven't seen the seductive side of Naruto. And you will only see it when she lets it out. She likes to keep that side of her to herself. So basically what I'm trying to say is Anko and Naruto are one of the same. They have a lot of things in common. Also, Naruto likes sweet things, just like Anko. And yes, I would say that Kurenai would bump into her friend Anko, as Kurenai would introduce her team to Anko. She would introduce Hinata Hyuga. I don't know what clan I don't know what name Ino's clan is, so I'm just gonna call it Ino something, clan name. No, Nezuko Uzumaki. As Nezuko, as all these go, her team would be very quiet and silent, and also shy. While as Anko would basically comment on that. Why are your team so quiet? I mean, yeah, it's good to have a quiet team at times, but what did you get the unlucky straw and draw one of the most silent teams in the whole Leaf Village? As Anko would joke around. As I would say Kurenai would state, I think that's an understatement. The team that you see here doesn't like communicating a lot, so they usually keep to themselves, but they work well as a team, surprisingly. As I would say that they would continue talking, as Kurenai would tell their teams that you can go home now, rest up. As Anko and Kurenai would head to the Hokage's office while talking about their team, about Kurenai's team. As I would say that Kurenai would look behind her, trying to get one more glance at basically Kurenai's team. As we see Naruto accidentally wandering her eyes to a forbidden section of a store, or wandering her eyes to basically a forbidden market area that sells forbidden books. Forbidden books that should not be seen by the eyes of YouTube. Yes, those books. One of the books catches her eye. Basically the new volume of Ichi Ichi Paradise. Oh. As that one would catch her eye, as she would be staring at it while blushing slightly. The only person who would catch this is Anko. As a pervert herself, she can call out the perverts faster than she knows how, than she knows who, and she caught one red-handed. Kurenai has a pervert on her team, and she wants all the juicy details. I would say Anko would mark her first target, Naruto, or Nezuko, her first target, as she would smile continuing talking to Kurenai and walking away. I would say Naruto would basically shake his head and state that Nezuko would shake her head, state that she'll be back for that book later. But first training, and then forbidden pleasures. But first training, and then forbidden pleasures. As I would say Naruto would run after the nearest training ground. As Naruto is training in the training ground, Kakashi-sensei would appear by Naruto, stating that he's considered teaching Naruto the jutsu that he used. As Kakashi would tell its name, technically Kakashi's not teaching Naruto the Chidori. I think it was the lightning blade. That's what Kakashi is teaching Naruto. Because the Chidori is Sasuke's jutsu. The lightning blade is Kakashi's jutsu. So there's a difference. There's a big difference between the two. As Kakashi Sensei would explain how his jutsu works and show the hand sign. As Naruto would perform the hand sign and basically try to do it. Because of Naruto's large chakra pool, Naruto will be able to do the jutsu at least 6 times a day. Or 6 times every, I don't know, 6 times every few, like, say now, like 6 hours? 6 times every 6 hours, so it's 1 hour for each jutsu. Each time he uses it. If he uses the lightning blade once, his time for regen will get faster every time he uses it. Now if we consider that in motion, 6 times every time, like 6 times in every second, like he fails attempt for 6 times. So it's basically reducing the 1 hour by 10 minutes. Will be, oh gosh, maths. Hold up guys, give me a minute. To be honest with you, I have no idea. Well, the math, basically it's every time he does a jutsu, every time that has a large amount of chakra pools, his time to regen his chakra will go down by 10 minutes. Every time he does a big jutsu, whether it be the fire ball, whether it be the Rasen Shuriken or the Chidori. Depends on how much chakra that the jutsus take. The Chidori can be used 6 times before he's out of chakra. And if he uses all 6 consecutively, so that means he uses it one after another, it will reduce his chakra regeneration by 10. So it's 6 hours to regen his chakra if he uses all Chidoris. It gets reduced every time he uses the next jutsu, which is the same jutsu, by 10 minutes. Every single time. And he uses it 6 times. Basically 6 divided by... Hold up, I think I got something. Nope, never mind. I don't got the answer. I tried. I failed, so I don't got the answer. You guys come up with an answer back there. And we'll see, I'll check if the answer is right or not later. But yeah, my mind is not ready to do maths yet. I'm too sleepy to do maths yet. But yeah. As he would learn the lightning blade, he would come up, I say Sasuke would come up with the Chidori, he would come up with the other form of basically how he uses the lightning blade. As he would try to basically change the lightning blade in the jutsu or the lightning blade jutsu in the way that it would suit him. Because the lightning blade is a close range attack and you need to catch your opponent by surprise, or you need to basically you need to be faster, stronger and more physically better than your opponent to get him with this jutsu. And this jutsu, you only have a straight line shot. If that person moves out of the way and you miss that person, it leaves you out for attack. It gives you a wide opening for attack. So yeah. As he would thank Kakashi Sensei very much. As Kakashi Sensei would be curious in how Naruto survived all those Senbon being stuck inside of him, and without being knocked out cold yet. Naruto states that she's just built different, as that would be actually a perfect answer for Kakashi, as Kakashi Sensei would take it. Said okay, as Kakashi Sensei would walk off. As I would say that she would basically be happy that Kakashi took that answer, because otherwise she would have to be explaining herself, and she didn't want to explain her forbidden desires to Kakashi, and why she could handle that much Senbon. As I would state that she would go into more of a dream cycle style of herself, basically dreaming about all those Senbon being sucked in her again and how much pain it would give her. Basically getting all pervy as she did, as she will usually do, like darkness would. As she would basically brush that off as fast as she can, look around her and basically be happy that no one heard her, basically talking about weird stuff like that, as she would continue on her training. She would basically be happy that she got this jutsu. She would be too happy that she got this jutsu. Too happy, I dare say. As basically she would be already working on how to master the jutsu as fast as she can. Basically making shadow clones to do it. As Naruto's time of how much times he can use the jutsu in it takes 6 hours has been reduced greatly because Naruto has been using this jutsu one after another. It's basically Naruto needs a few minutes or just basically a few hours or maybe minutes or seconds even just to regen enough chakra to use the lightning blade again. As when he uses it, his chakra regens faster every time. Yes, Naruto is going to be a monster. But continuing on, I would say that we would skip to where Naruto is heading back home. But before she's heading back home, she does a transformation to buy a forbidden book and comes out of the store. Sorry about that, guys. And comes out of basically this man with the book that Anko saw, buying the book that Naruto was eyeing, or Nezuko was eyeing, as she watches this man closely, basically following him, as this man enters the back of the hallway and de-transforms. It's a transformation. It was Nezuko the entire time, as Nezuko stated, "Oh gosh, I guess I should get started reading then," as Naruto would be a bit blushing, looking around while basically having her one hand on her cheek, basically trying to keep quiet as possible and so no one can notice her, immediately hiding the book and just walking on her merry way back home. As I would say that Anko would be just acting natural as she would bump into Nezuko. As Nezuko would accidentally drop the book, as Anko would see it. As Anko already knew it was her, she just planned this. As Anko's like, oh, Nezuko, is that you? And what is this I see? As Anko would pick up the book. The new volume of Ichi Paradise, as Anko would be smiling, a very devilish smile. As Naruto would be, basically her face would be red and she would be more nice than she would ever be in her life. Stating, basically, Anko stated, "Oh Naruto, you know you're not of age to read these books yet." As I would say, Nezuko would be like, "Please Anko, don't tell anyone, don't tell my sensei either. I'm sorry, but just please give it back." As I would say that Naruto would basically be trying to get the book. As Anko's like, "I will get it back." But first, as I would say that Anko would ask to show basically which way is Nezuko's apartment. As I would say Nezuko would basically show Anko or Nezuko's apartment to Anko and stated, "You thought you're the only one that's gonna read this? How about we read this together?" As Anko would basically give a devilish grin. As Nezuko would be, her face would be basically pure red at this moment. Someone has found her deepest and darkest secret. And nonetheless, it's Anko. And Nezuko has heard of Anko from her sensei to be a very sly ninja. A pervert, very sly ninja, and one that you should not trust with your deepest, darkest secrets, as she's also part of the torture department, or the torture department in the Leaf Village, which makes this even worse. As Naruto, well, Naruto would have a very interesting night reading the book with Anka. As I would say, when it got late, Anka would say that she'll be leaving now, but she'll keep this between Nezuko and Anko only, as she would wink at Nezuko, basically walking out late while waving, as Nezuko would still be there, basically cursing herself as many times as she can, stating that now someone knows her secret, and she hates that. As I would say, she would go to sleep afterwards, very grumpy and go sleep, basically cursing herself while going to bed. But yeah, as yeah, that's it. Now I know this wasn't a very productive day, a productive what if, and this is a very short what if, I know, but yeah, I'm very tired at the moment, and I might be posting another video somewhere in 8 more days, when 8 more days go by. Or I might be posting a video sooner than that. You never know, I am very impatient like that, and I don't like keeping people waiting for my what ifs, because I think it's unnecessary. But yes, I do take time off to think about the what ifs that I've done and think about how the story should go. So yeah, you should see it in my way that I'm also a very busy person as well. I have a life and I have to live this life. I can't put everything to YouTube just yet. So yeah, now I'm gonna be leaving now. This is what if Naruto had the characteristics of the KonaSubaru crew. Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye! Future Vogue What If here, I forgot to put down and state these final words. Don't forget to like, subscribe, it helps me a lot, and it also increases my channel size and maybe gets people that are new to the channel more aware to what I'm doing. And if you like this what if, or if you like the what if content that I've been doing, yes, like and subscribe. My door is always open for those who want to hear more of my what ifs, and I would love for you to also subscribe. The goal that I am trying to reach is 1K subscribers. If we can get there, then I will try to post something special. See, basically the goal is until next year. So that means you have this whole year to reach the goal of 1K subscribers. And the more further we get and the more closer we get to 1K subscribers, then the more happy I will be. And it means that it tells me more that people like the what ifs that I'm doing, people like the content that I'm throwing, and it also gives me the drive to keep on doing YouTube. And maybe somewhere in the future, I might still be doing, if I am still doing what ifs, or if I'm doing gaming, because my goal here somewhere in the future is to get a PC and maybe start doing some gaming what ifs, or games and what ifs if I feel like it. Maybe some anime theories, and maybe just content in general, gaming content. Yeah, and just being a full-on YouTuber. So that's my hope in the future for everybody that is watching my channel now. But you know what I will say, it first starts off with the smallest people. So it first starts off with 1, and now we're at somewhere 500 subscribers. So every person that presses that like or that subscribe button, basically helps me to grow my channel, and I would love that, and I would thank you. Also, I also maybe somewhere someday in the future will do Twitch. I will go basically to start posting videos on Twitch, and you would see me live streaming. Maybe playing games, or maybe just doing just some random thing on Twitch. But yeah, and you guys would also be able to donate to me one day in the future, but that will not be now. So all I can do is just, all we can do is just, all you can do is just like, subscribe. I can just try to wait and try to get enough money to get my PC, and when I do, get some games on there and maybe start playing them. And maybe in the future get on Twitch, start live streaming there, and you can help me out. And you can help me out make this channel better. Now, I have a Discord server, as I stated in the beginning of this what if, and the Discord server should be description down below, link to the description down below. And yeah, now rules, keep it to the chin. Like, if you wanna like speak to me, I will mostly be on Discord. I won't be on there every time, because yeah, I just won't be on there every time. I have things to do, and I want to watch certain people and also watch certain what ifs, because yes, I do watch what ifs myself. It's not like I don't do them. If you want to recommend any what ifs, there's a recommend group chat just for you to recommend any what ifs to me, to give me ideas and such. Don't forget, if you recommend a what if, also recommend how that story might go, to give me a small idea on what I should do and what you want. You can get the script. You can also speak to me in the general chat. And yes, I have a meme area. I know it's just 3 areas, but start small and then increase. Start off small, you know. So yeah, I'm just rambling now. Until next time, guys, bye.